What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Lawrence Thompson here on the Antidote podcast, one of the dopest podcasts on Spreaker today. Well, we're going to give you motivation. We're going to give you inspiration. We're going to provoke your thoughts. We're going to get in your brain and your heart and your soul and your spirit. But we want to help you push to that next level. So thank you for listening to me. Make sure you share this out. Make sure you go and let somebody know that, you listening to the Law, a.k.a. Lawrence Thompson. I know I said it backwards, but that's what they call me, man. But I want to get into this nice little podcast where I'm able to give you some motivation this time. I know you haven't heard from me in a while, but I'm now sparking back up and sparking this thing again. So get ready for some stuff, man. And I'll hear from you and you'll hear from me when we actually have that dialogue. So send me back information through the chat. Send me back information through my social media platforms. I want to hear what's going on. I want to hear how this provoke you to go even deeper in what you're doing. All right, you guys, let me let you listen to the music just a little bit before I cut it off. Let's go. So yeah, you guys, man, thank you guys for tuning in, man. Thank you guys for, just listening to me, man. I do not take it for granted that you give me your time or you take your time to even listen to me. I know some things that I would say will provoke thoughts. And so I'm very cautious of how I use my voice, how I use the mic. I have this thing that I say all the time, respect the mic. And so I'm super grateful and super honored that you chose my podcast, and all that good stuff, man. So let's just get into the topic, man, today, man. And so my topic today is called Dive Deeper. And the reason why I'm saying to dive deeper, this is what happened to me, right? So over the last couple of days, I had kind of like a reflection or kind of like, who are you, Lawrence? You know what I'm saying? I'm about to cross over into 40. And so I'm having that moment where I am thinking about a lot more things. And then I'm thinking about, what kind of impact have made with my life these 40 years, that I've been here on the earth. And so I started to think deeper and start to go more inside myself and start to really start to disqualify myself because I felt like I didn't live the life that I should live. I didn't live who Lawrence really is, and so I felt like I wasn't authentic to who I really am. And so I just started diving in deeper and I just started asking myself, certain questions and asking myself questions that I had to answer myself, not questions that I just want to be like, who am I, and I'm just going on by my life. I'm talking about you have to, ask Lawrence, are you satisfied with your life? Are you enjoying your life? Are you maximizing the potential you have inside you? Are you pushing to that next level? Are you achieving the goals or the dreams that you want and desire? And so I was asking those kind of questions, man. And I come to realize that though I don't have it all figured out, I haven't been pushing myself. And the reason why I haven't been pushing myself is I had a fear of myself. And what I mean by having a fear of myself is that, I had a fear that because I didn't go down this road or I never seen this road, I would sabotage the road. And so I start to put up my own boundaries or put up my own pitfalls without even walking down the road and discovering the pitfalls that's going to show up. Because, some pitfalls, and you may feel like you're in this kind of space, or you may feel like you've been down this road too. But some pitfalls, don't show up until you go. And then some pitfalls are not even there. I did a talk on social media, on Facebook and Instagram. I talked about the glass ceiling and how, who's to say is the glass ceiling there? And then where did the glass ceiling come from? Did we create the glass ceiling and say this is the glass ceiling? And then we subconsciously and consciously believe that there was a cap. And so we won't push more or push harder because the cap wasn't there. And it was just like I gave the analogy of the fleas when they kept hitting their head, they kept hitting their head in a jar. And then once the lid was off, the fleas never jumped again. All because the feedback they was getting was saying, no, I don't want to be injured. I don't want to be hurt. But check this out. The flea still had the same abilities that it needed inside them. The flea was still strong. The flea had the ability to jump. The flea had the legs, had the body type, had everything available for them so that they can jump out of that jar. But they chose not to jump out of the jar. Why? Because they conditioned themselves that though I may push harder, the harder I push, the more I get pushed back down. And so that's the question you got to ask yourself too. Are you pushing so hard that you feel like the harder you push, the more you get pushed back down, and you condition yourself not to push more? And so what I want to do is, if you listen to my podcast, most times I don't give like all these tips and, I'm going to give you these 7 tries and all. Nah, whatever. I might give you 2 or 3, but, because 7 seems so daunting and so huge, 2 or 3, man. Master the 2 or 3 or grab just one and just master it. But I ain't got time to keep telling you 7 steps and all that stuff, man, whatever. Let me tell you 2, 3, get to the real of the real, and then you go get it done. You know what I'm saying? So the first thing I want you to do, in this deep dive is I want you to allow yourself to discover. And what I mean by that is I want you guys to allow yourself to discover you. Discover who you are. Discover, things and quirks about you. I mean, be honest. Be honest with yourself while you listen to this podcast. Do you really know you? Or do you know the character of you? Meaning that not the character when it comes to attributes and the way you handle things and the way you govern your life. I'm saying the person you built, the character you built, the person that everybody sees when you go out the doors of your 4 walls or the brick wall or whatever you want to call it out of your house. Do you know you? Now you may know that character that you built. But that may not be you. That may not be who you are. You may want to dye your hair orange and roll like that. Guys, you may want to be 300 pounds. You may want to, do certain things, but that's just you. You know what I'm saying? You're comfortable, you're satisfied, and you're happy because that's just you. And so I want you to engage in a discovery that not only pisses you off but make you cry. Not only make you cry but piss you off. And in the end, it gives you so much of a euphoria, an excitement, a drive, a laughter that you start to discover yourself. And this is what I believe. I believe this with everything inside of me. When you discover who you really are, the impact you're going to make is going to be amazing. But the other piece of it is not just the external impact. I'm talking about the impact within yourself is that you will release peace to yourself. I believe that with everything inside of me. Man, most of my frustrations and most of my trials and most of my tribulations, most of my ups and downs, most of my pitfalls was because I didn't trust me and I didn't know who I was. Like in areas that I know who I am, like I love playing football. Let's put it this way. I love playing football. And when I get on the football field, I know who I am. I know what my abilities can bring to the table, and I know what I'm going to do. But I'm at so much peace. I'm at so much peace playing football. But put me out there playing basketball. I got skills to play basketball, but I'm so frustrated playing basketball because I can't hit a shot and all. Because, that's not who I am. Though I do have the ability to shoot basketball, I have the ability to compete on the court. That's not who I am. So I'm diving into stuff and doing stuff that's not there. So what things are you diving in and doing that's not you, that doesn't give you the best options to win? Don't give you the best abilities to succeed. Don't give you the energy so that you can push beyond yourself. Listen, discover yourself so that when you are looking for things, or when you are stepping into different things, or when you are doing certain things, as you pushing for your dreams, your goals, your passion, your relationships, you're picking things that you know is going to feed you and not pull away from you. The second thing, and this is my last thing. I told you, I ain't got time for 7. The second thing that I want you to understand and know is that as you dive deeper, right? and you starting to discover yourself, do not blame anyone. I'm going to say that one more time. Do not blame anyone. Trust me, as humans, we want to. We want to blame our parents for what they didn't do. We want to blame our parents for what they did do. You know, this messed me up. You got some people who complain about their parents for not giving them certain things and not taking them through certain things and helping them to experience certain things. And then you got some people complain about, you know, their parents gave them everything and it made them not ready for life. So it's like, oh my God, come on. You know? But don't play the blame game. Don't play the blame game. Don't blame her. Don't blame him. Don't blame society. Don't blame the world. Don't blame Congress. Don't blame money. Don't blame your job. Don't blame anybody. And this is what I know for a fact, because I don't blame anybody. Like, even if they did do me wrong, I don't blame them. I pray for them and forgive them and move on. But this is what I know. If you don't play the blame game, it allows you to penetrate, break through, and break open barriers that was hindering you and holding you back. Because if you get into the blame game, you eventually is not going to do what you need to do. And the reason why you won't do it is because you said they got it, they did it, they did, they. And so now the they becomes your hindrance, becomes your blockage, becomes your wall. And so the moment you get into any spaces, you bring they with you. Now they has a hold on you and holding you captive, and they don't even know that they doing it. I know I said they like a whole lot of times. I think one time I said they with a D, but it's okay. It's all good. It's my podcast, man. I'm just telling you truth. And so get out of the blame game and don't blame anyone. Well, I gotta blame somebody. I gotta tell somebody. I gotta put this on somebody. I gotta put no. Don't do that, because all that's gonna do is not only put up those walls, but it's gonna breed bitterness. And guess what? Your breakthrough may be tied to something, someone, or somewhere. You may not like a certain race. Your breakthrough could be tied to the opposite race. You may not like that they're a Democrat and a Republican or independent, but your breakthrough could be tied to the Democrat, the Republican, or the independent. You may hate men because of what happened to you, but your breakthrough could be through a man. You may hate women for what you've been drugged in and done wrong by, but your breakthrough could be through a woman. And the only way you're going to see that, know that, hear that, and taste that breakthrough is that you don't ride in the blame. So you guys, man, I thank you guys for listening to me. I thank you guys for tuning in to my podcast, man. Let me do a commercial break. This commercial break brought to you by The Law. Man, go out there and look at all my social media platforms. You can find me on Facebook at Lawrence Thompson. You can find me on Instagram at speaker_Lawrence. You can also find me on LinkedIn. I'm branching out and building my LinkedIn now. You can find me on LinkedIn where at Lawrence Thompson. So you can find me all at Lawrence Thompson everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So hit me up. Make sure you leave out some information here on here, man. Let me know what you think and all that good stuff, man. And let me know, man, because I pour my heart out and I love inspiring. I love motivating. I love giving tips and challenges. And so I just want you guys, man, to just embrace everything. Because, this year, man, this year, everybody say 2020, right? And let me start my music up because I'm about to close out, man. This year, you know what I'm saying? They say that, you know what I'm saying, it's 2020, right? 2020 for vision. But what I want to say to you is 2020 doesn't mean vision. 2020 means double. So I want you to go out there and get the double. I want you to go out there and make it happen. I want you to go out there and increase in every capacity that you're in. Because you know what? I believe in you, and I hope you believe in you. And you know what I'm going to do, man? I'm going to get out of here, man. So I love you guys. Be amazing. Be awesome. And I'm going to sign out like I always do. We may not be the solution, but we will be the antidote. Love you guys. Peace.